Good day, Rare Elvis photo fans. I want to talk about the possibility that still exists that she was not, Priscilla, Prissy B, was not invited to the book event, that she just made her way on stage. According to somebody that attended the London event, the conversation lasted an hour and she found Riley sweet and nice. Natalie had a question about Priscilla coming onto stage there in Memphis, and Riley basically said, she let us understand that Priscilla invited herself. She was already in Memphis and held a speech on leadership. And they had done pictures and makeup earlier, and that was supposed to be the end of it. She stayed at the Peabody Hotel instead of the guest house, and apparently maybe she might have been led on stage by Jack Soden. I don't really know. This is somebody that said that they heard some of the stuff, and then some of the stuff I think is certainly their opinion. So I want to know what you guys think in the comments while we continue to talk about Lisa's memoir and Riley and all the comments that you guys are leaving daily here on Ray Elvis Photos. I really get a kick out of bringing you guys your own comments and talking about them. Elvis loves me. Why pick that pic for the cover with part of Elvis's face cut off? There is such a cute picture, one with Lisa and her daddy as he's talking to her, both smiling, facing one another. I would like to know if Lisa picked that pic for the cover photo. If she did, definitely a dig for her narcissist mommy dearest. Yeah, I really would have liked that picture as well, the one that's much more happy and friendly and smiling, but we know how it is in the media. They probably chose that picture. Maybe not Riley, maybe the publisher. And Riley doesn't think much about it because I don't believe that I think she possibly might believe what the Elvis 2022 movie portrayed him to be, which is a lot more depressed, negative, and dark. I know she loved her mom, but I don't think she had much of a personal attachment to the idea of her grandfather. Because of all the sadness that was in the house and all the negativity over Elvis. Not that Lisa had negativity over Elvis, but Grandma had negativity. And anyhow, I think that she saw Elvis dying as the beginning of the death of her mother, maybe. I think it's really hard to question somebody's emotions and how they go about feeling things. And Riley is a complicated individual, just like her mother Lisa was. So I'm not going to question it. I don't know whether she had the final say-so on the book cover, but it is completely interesting that Lisa or Riley left Priscilla off, because she needed to be left off, and that she is not doing this book tour. It's not her book tour. It's Riley's book tour to talk about her mother and the memories of her mother. The memories of her mother with her father Danny and Michael Jackson, and with her grandfather Elvis. Hey, Joanne Klingman, I do have the book, but I enjoy you reading to us. Thank goodness Lisa Marie did the tapes. I know there's a sadness in this book, but I'm looking forward to each chapter. I am too. I have to be careful when I'm reading because I really don't want to stop and start a bunch of times, but I definitely got emotional reading that book in the beginning, reading to y'all. Hey, Sandra, I wish Lisa had lived long enough to tape the whole book. I feel that there's more than Riley may have left out because of Priscilla. I think is what you're trying to say there. I think so, maybe, but there was some stuff in there that was pretty negative that I'm sure Priscilla would have loved for Riley to leave out. But I think Riley wanted her mother to have her truth. Thank you for sharing at Trey1813. You bet, Trey. Thanks for being on here. Outrage continues against Priscilla over Lisa's memoir revelations. Looks like maybe Lydia says Riley has allowed herself to be manipulated by her grandmother again. One of the most egregious actions taken by Priscilla against Riley was filing a lawsuit against the estate of Lisa and questioning the authenticity of Riley's signature, removing Priscilla as a trustee. The largest unnecessary settlement benefiting Priscilla was a jaw dropper. One asked a question of financial and legal advice given to Riley. Riley may want to maintain peace within the family, but Priscilla's motives appear sinister and should not be tolerated. Granny appearing on stage during Riley's book review was inappropriate. I agree as well, but I think it was a good lesson in a sense for Riley. Whether she invited Priscilla on stage, whether she allowed her on stage, the fact that Priscilla went all about herself. Miss Pissy is a nobody. Lisa suffered terribly by her mommy dearest. May Lisa rest, says Miss Perfect. Lily Ramos, you look like an angel. Well, you look like an angel. You walk like an angel. Talk like an angel. You're the devil in disguise. Oh, yes, you are. Prissy B. Yeah. That sums it up for Priscilla. Elvis forever. Love it. Great comment. All right, so on the Elvis and Kathy Working Girls, Threats, and Elvis Laughs. Lisa Shelton. What's going on, Lisa? I've seen you on here quite a bit lately. Hey, you guys. I've been on here reporting to all Elvis loyal fans. I think I know what you're talking about. There's a woman that does a lot of YouTube channel, Corrine Allord, has a video, and the title is comparing Elvis to P. Diddy. I'm furious right now, and I'm spreading the word. I just got done going off on everyone in the comment of that video, especially Corrine. Yeah, I don't support her channel much either. She's a drama starter, in my opinion. I like her voice. She's got a comforting voice. Whether she feels that way truly, or whether she's just trying to rile everybody up to get people on there, I don't know. Nancy said, really, after your mother's telling of Priscilla's complicity in Lisa Marie's abuse, how can you justify burying her at Graceland? Your mom was opposed to that. I don't know if Lisa was opposed to that. That being said, I agree with you. I don't think she should be at Graceland, buried there. I know I don't want to see her in a meditation garden. Heck no. At D, hello. I've been saying all these things for so long about Pris, long before Lisa's death. It became clear to me in all the interviews with Colonel Pris. Okay, every single time, she always reduces both Elvis and Lisa, or tries, pointing out all of their shortcomings, but never hers. She's accepted responsibility for nothing. As she has aged, it has even gotten worse, as we have all seen. I think she has lost her mind, really, if she ever had one. I'm also very suspicious about all the black clothing. Funny that you mention how she laughs like a little witch, because I think she may be practicing witchcraft, and I'm all too serious. Nobody except Johnny Cash wears black every day of their life, especially a woman. I don't get into all that Johnny Cash stuff about the black stuff, but I tell you what, between her and Elvis, that's between them, she says. He was a grown man, and she was too young to have her youth spent in such a way. I get it. My beef is how she was as a mother, and how she continues to be as an ex, pretending to be a widow. I think she's a despicable human being. I can't let Elvis off the hook as a father either, but at least he did love Lisa. I think we can love him and still be honest about how he was in front of Lisa, and not taking his health more seriously for his daughter's sake. He was supposed to protect her. I can understand Riley perhaps thinking not too highly of that. I'm not sure I would either. In the end, though, we are all responsible for ourselves, as Lisa ultimately repeated her father's life in every way with only slight differences. I think the Presleys had a long history of manic depression. And to answer that, Lisa had a lot of the same hereditary health issues that her dad had. And yeah, her dad took a lot of prescription medicines and other stuff to do these shows, but at the same time, it was the only thing that could get him by. And I think he got in so deep, he wasn't trying to. He was just trying to be there for his fans, and to take care of his family and his friends and everybody out there that was dependent on him. I don't think he thought he was going to pass away. He was just trying to get up, go to sleep, do the shows, and keep up with his responsibilities, because as soon as he could not do the shows anymore, people weren't going to eat, and his band would have to go somewhere else. So there's a lot more to that story than I think that you got to look into it a little deeper. Just my opinion. I think I would walk away. She says, sell that place and never look back, be free. I don't think Riley's going to do that, but I do think that the sisters may end up taking some responsibilities. I read that their favorite Elvis song is "Crying in the Chapel," and to me that shows some great character and love of their grandfather to love that song. It's not Hound Dog or Don't Be Cruel or All Shook Up or, all those great songs that Elvis had. It's a deep religious song that was Elvis's connection to a lot of people and to his higher power, to his God. He was on the search for it. I mean, some say he had Jewish feelings, and some people say he studied, of course, Christianity. But ultimately, he was a searcher. He was on the search for whatever it was. He didn't want to miss heaven out of a technicality, I think I read somewhere. Elvis and Kathy, the Working Girls, Threats, Elvis Laughs. Love your reading. Thank you. Appreciate it. Says, is that Suede Diva or Sue Diva? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I appreciate you as well. And for all of you that don't know, Click on Rare Elvis Photos when you're done with this. There are podcasts of other books that I read. Elvis and Kathy, Child Bride, the Priscilla story, basically. Curry Grant. And then, of course, My Army Days with Elvis. And there's going to be a lot more. I'm going to continue reading a lot of different Elvis books and bring you different viewpoints from different people in his life that you might not have read before, or maybe you read it a long time ago and completely forgot about it. So I'm going to bring it back to you. Priscilla, not Presley, Child Bride, Proof of the Deception, a reading that's part of the series. At Donna 307, Priscilla tells the story that her and Elvis had sex for the first time on their wedding night. Yet Lisa Marie tells in the audiobook version of that her mother told her that she had sex for the first time at 18. Now, isn't that a bombshell? I don't know if that's really getting talked about a lot out there or not. But, it brings into question the possibility that Priscilla got pregnant and then the wedding was rushed. That it wasn't. It was not a wedding day pregnancy, a fairy tale. So, and that's a great comment. Did she read it? I don't think she tells the truth. I think that's the reason being is that it's unacceptable for an underage girl. So it's a great comment. But that really does beg the question, if that's in there, which we're not there in that book yet, in the reading. We just started doing it on the channel. That perhaps, all of the speculation that we feel on this channel that Elvis was forced to marry Priscilla under threat. Well, guess what? It was time to do it. No way to get out of it now because maybe she decided to trap him. It's possible that Priscilla trapped Elvis that way. And maybe it's not. It's my opinion. Allegedly, I don't know, whatever. It's a lot of people's opinions. So, what Priscilla allowed happened by stepfather to Lisa behind closed doors. Yes, Edwards probably did go further with Lisa, but so many abused children never feel strong enough to tell it all, even if they tell someone parts of the abuse. There's just so much shame involved, and it's a way too hard for a child to tell others what they really went through. And it's still true when they become adults. It's just too difficult to deal with it. That's a great comment there. Ann Miller, I believe that's what I'm seeing. Ann Miller, 6360. It's sad to think how much inner turmoil Lisa went through. I'm pacing reading this. I'm sorry. Sometimes I have to pace when I talk. It's sad to think how much inner turmoil Lisa Marie went through. This would have haunted her every day, especially in her teens. And that's when she acted out. She was clearly screaming for help, but nobody picked up on it because she had a dummy for a mom, Prissy. And then she had an abuser and somebody that did a lot of illegal substances, supposedly, allegedly, Michael Edwards. Scientology also has a lot to answer for, and they have very strange views on child abuse, even blaming the children for anything that happens. Lisa Marie was so alone, and she had her dad's family taken from her, as Priscilla had no interest in them spending time with her daughter. She probably was afraid because she knew that Priscilla had done to Elvis and many other people, and she didn't want Lisa Marie or anyone else to know the truth. So I think you said Priscilla, what Michael Edwards had done. Yeah, to Lisa. This is a good segue to read some comments here and to listen to the new song I've got that it's going to be out very soon. In fact, I was just working with Apple Music last night called Prissy B Should Lose the Presley Name. Here we go.
Lisa was the sweetest girl. Her daddy loved her so. Prissy took her to L.A., replaced Elvis with Mike Stone. Then she ran out of cash and sued the king of rock and roll. Made him sell his royalties and play show after show. She put Elvis in an early grave, then laughed upstairs at Graceland. At least that's what a witness said, when Prissy should have saved him. Instead she drank poor Elvis and took Lisa Marie away. Elvis fans, they don't forgive her to this very day. Prissy B should lose the Presley name. Now that Lisa's gone, she left us with her book, telling us all that Prissy B and Michael Edwards took. Took her joy and took her dreams, took her innocence away. And Prissy has the nerve to still get up on stage. She put Elvis in an early grave, then laughed upstairs at Graceland. At least that's what a witness said. When Prissy should have saved him, instead she drank poor Elvis and took Lisa Marie away. Elvis fans, they don't forgive her to this very day. Prissy B should lose the Presley name. Now that Lisa's gone, she left us with her book, telling us all that Prissy B and Michael Edwards took. Took her joy and took her dreams, took her innocence away. And Prissy has the nerve to still get up on stage. She put Elvis in an early grave, then laughed upstairs at Graceland. At least that's what a witness said. When Prissy should have saved him, instead she drank poor Elvis and took Lisa Marie away. Elvis fans, they don't forgive her to this very day. Prissy B should lose the Presley name. Prissy B should lose the Presley name.
Alrighty, so Bonita Brewer says Riley doesn't have the backbone to take on Priscilla. I think she did. I think by putting out this memoir that really shows how Priscilla was, she does. And then in court, yeah, she paid Priscilla off. But, you know, it was a nasty legal battle, and I think Priscilla was willing to drag it out as long as she wanted to until she got something. And until then, you know, Graceland was in flux. And who knows what could happen? What would have happened if Riley had an accident and died? It might have been, you know, put in some sort of probate, because I don't think Priscilla would have had a chance to have it. And the young girls were too young. So would it have been Michael Lockwood? I mean, so there's a lot to factor into the reason why she may have settled. But I get your frustration, Bonita. Let's read some more comments and have some more songs about Elvis. So that's what the name of the record is going to be on iTunes. Apple Music. You can download the record. It's going to be The Sins Country, Songs of Elvis.
I'm in a blue suede dream tonight, and feel the rhythm come alive. My heart beats to every Elvis song. On my turntable I turn on. Hound dog echoes in my veins, jailhouse rocking through the years. We're all the part of him that red remains as we wipe away our tears. We say thank you to the mailman, say our grace and our amens. Live our life in God we trust. Yeah, Elvis is alive in all of us. Feel the tremor in the night, guitar strings start to hum. Then the stars up there so big and bright as Elvis starts to strum. We say thank you to the mailman, say our grace and our amens. Live our life in God we trust. Yeah, Elvis is alive in all of us. A blue moon in the sky, can't help falling but don't wonder why. Elvis' spirit never dies in our soul. For all our lives, we say thank you to the mailman. Say our grace and our amens. Live our life in God we trust. Yeah, Elvis is alive in all of us. Yeah, Elvis is alive in all of us.
Joanne, you said Priscilla's a liar. Nobody wants to hear Priscilla talk. Let Riley talk about the book. Don't have Priscilla on the stage. Prissy, should not be buried in Graceland. Prissy B is Elvis's ex-wife. Also, Priscilla was not in Elvis's will. That's right, she was written out of it. Written out of both wills. Serves her right. Smack down on the Prissy B. Priscilla didn't care about her daughter. Love Joanne. Resch, I believe it is. Great comment, Joanne. I'm going to end up this video with a song that was really written for Gladys and Elvis, but it's also for Lisa and Riley. There's no greater love than a mother's love. This will be on the album, The Sins Country, Songs of Elvis.
She held him close to her heart from the very start. Through every joy and fear, she kept him near and dear, with a love that's pure and true. In everything she'd do, a mother's guiding light shone through the Elvis night. Oh, Gladys loved her son until her big old heart gave out. And there's no greater love than a mother's love. Her hand he found peace, and all her worries would not cease. The shares a bond that never fades, it loves me tender shades. Oh, Gladys loved her son until her big old heart gave out. And there's no greater love than a mother's love. Peace, and all her worries would not cease. They shares a bond that never fades, it loves me tender shades. Oh, Gladys loved her son until her big old heart gave out. And there's no greater love than a mother's love.
Thanks for another trip around the sun with the Rare Elvis Photos. TCB.